Hello there guys, Ashen here, once again bringing you another episode of Feed the Beast, and lots of progress has been made. Lots of progress is going to happen today because I did the things that I said I was going to do. We've got this tree farm now, doing its stuff. It's got a coal engine as backup, as I said last episode, if it gets stuck under trees, it can stop powering itself, so that is doing a lot of work. We've got a lot of stuff. I really need to get a storage system sorted out, but at the moment, that is taking a back seat because we are moving ahead with bees today. I changed my automation system a bit, made it a bit bigger. Yes, I did make it a bit bigger since last episode. And finally got our diligent and industrious bees, and they've all been automated. They've been doing their thing for a while now. And after lots of AFKing, after lots of messing around building this thing, this was basically just out of boredom of having to wait. We have finally got the things that we need to make an Alveary. Yes. These things are a nightmare to get. The base rate is 1 every 5 minutes, and even with frames, it felt like it took an absolute age. So what we're going to be doing for the first part of this episode, we don't need any more stuff from that, is to get to work on setting up an Alveary. An Alveary? That's right, I'm having one of my moments again. I can't remember how to say it. But yes, in between that, we're going to be doing a work on a new power system. And hopefully we're going to end today with a working system to get more pollen. Because I really want to start expanding these bees now. Enough is enough. We're going to start pushing this world forward. This is going to be torn down, by the way. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, I made myself an advanced electric jetpack. And wow, do they make life easier. Seriously, the best investment I've made in Feed the Beast so far. It has made things great. We've run out of inventory space. What don't we need? We don't need those for now. So, yes, we are going to get this Alveary started. I've had to change this. I say change this system. I've really just thrown it together really sloppily. We've got another carpenter and squeezer making, oh wow, that made a lot, making impregnated cases for the Alveary block itself. But first we've got to start making scented panels, which, I'm going to do this right, I'm going to remember this. It's that there, one of each on here. We need to get ourselves some wooden planks just to put in the place of the recipe. Now, this is something that I've been waiting for ages, and it's very exciting because it should speed things up so much. Yeah, so there we go. That's the recipe. We need to make some more planks, and we need 27 Alveary blocks to make an actual Alveary. So that's that starting now. Did that make a new one? I swear there should be 2 there, right? Let's see. Come on, 2? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. And we'll leave that working while we start on a bit of a new project today. Well, not really a new project, it's more an extension of an old project, but I'm going to go and grab some stuff. We are going to jump down here, and we are going to get started on making ourselves a boiler. Okay, we should be ready to go. The plan is that we're going to have... I've worked this out before. This is going to be the central area of this complex when it's done. This bit here, let's just get up and take a look at it from an aerial view so you can see the sort of way that this is going to work out. We've got this area which is going to be bees. Now each of these is going to hold an alveary, and we're going to have, they may stay as apiaries. I might switch them to alvearies as well. But basically we're going to have this design mirrored across there. We're going to have an entrance there, so it's not going to be exactly symmetrical, but close enough. And everything's going to feed into this central area. So we're going to automate the alvearies, hopefully, and pipe out all the products that we don't need towards this building, which is going to be in the center. This means that we need a power source here, and I want to move away from using biomass exclusively. What I want to start using is a boiler, and we are going to have this. This is going to be the shape of the boiler. It's going to be 3x3 at least to start, because I don't know exactly how much biofuel we're going to need. So we are going to make a tank there, but before we can do that, we need to start converting biomass to biofuel, because as far as I know, you can't use biomass inside boilers. You have to use biofuel. So we have to find a way to convert that, and we do that by using this thing called a still. And what that does, it converts biomass into biofuel at a 10:3 ratio, I think it is. The ratio isn't important anyway. What is important is we get this converting our biomass into biofuel. So that's doing that now. That's simple enough. Now what we need to make, that's weird. What's that connecting to? Oh, very strange. Bit of a texture glitch there, but never mind. Anyway, we are going to need to pipe this biofuel into another tank, which is going to be here. But we're not going to use iron tanks like I have for that area in there. I don't know why I used iron tanks. I don't know why I didn't look into it a bit more, but we're actually going to use Zycraft tanks. And basically how these work is you get any sort of, I think the limit is 10 by 10. Don't quote me on that, could be wrong, but you get this structure. And using these valves, I don't have any more stone brick, I needed stone brick. Using these valves, you can basically turn any space that you want into a working tank, which is great because it's so much cheaper because this thing uses up tons and tons of iron, which actually I'm pretty lacking at the moment, so any excuse not to use iron is going to be great. So, I didn't even have to change that. I thought there's a lot of potential for stuff to go wrong. For someone who's new to Feed the Beast like me, there is a lot of stuff that could go wrong with this project, but we'll have to see. So anyway, what we're going to do is dig a hole here, and this is where our biofuel is going to be pumped out into the boiler, which hopefully we're going to be able to find underneath. Have I already missed it? Because I forgot to change that. So that's where the center boiler is going to be. So this is where our biofuel needs to go. And I forgot to get water as well. There's so much stuff that I could forget in this project. But we're not going to worry about that for now. We're not going to worry about the boiler. What we're going to do is try and get this tank working. Did I bring hardened glass? No, we'll just use normal glass for now. I'll probably switch that out after. You can do that without any bad stuff happening. So we'll worry about how it looks later. But we're just going to stick this in. Actually, I think I need to right click that block. So we'll just dig through. We won't waste time flying around and all that sort of thing. We'll just dig and worry about it looking nice after. That's going to have to be the rule with Feed the Beast. I'm going to have to get over my desire for things to look nice because when you're learning, there isn't much time. So if we right-click this, that's not working. The question is why? Why aren't you working? You're a full structure, I thought. Let's take a look inside. Yeah, this is all solid, I think. That it's stone brick around the outside, yeah. So what's gone wrong? Something must have gone wrong. This is all still intact. This was never... Look in the first... Why were you not working? Okay, so I'm going to have to AFK and sort of... Not AFK. Make a cut here, see what's going wrong, because I have no clue. It should be lighting up with little lines all over it. So I will be right back. So, it turns out I was being my normal derpy self and I'd left the torch inside and that was what was causing it to not form properly. But now you can see we've got this really funky blue lines going over the top, which means that this is actually a tank now, which means we should be able to connect this thing up. We're going to be using liquiducts now because, quite frankly, they're better. They are better than the Buildcraft waterproof pipes. They don't cost me any beeswax to make. They're copper and hardened glass, which is going to be no problem. We're going to get a better source of lava going soon. So, stick that there. Oh, no, I'm going to have to... Wait, what? I didn't realise it connected so easily with Buildcraft pipes. I thought it would be more difficult, but... proves me wrong. Right, so, we're going to stick this here. We need to change this to an output, which is that little arrow, and it also means we have to stick a redstone signal underneath it, otherwise it won't draw anything out. And I am really glad that I checked that before I did this video, because I tested this out in creative and spent, you know, a good half an hour again going, why the heck isn't this working? Then I realised I'd actually not read it properly and I just had to give it a redstone signal. But I make these stupid mistakes so you don't have to, and it's not a problem anymore. So let's just hook this into the pipe straight away, and we'll trail this back all the way back to our still. We're going to set up more than one still eventually, but this is just for the purpose of getting stuff working. join this across over here. And then we use our crescent hammer, we right click it, and the liquid is now draining into our tank, which is very good. Now, we've got to work on the actual boiler itself now, and I needed 2 buckets of water. I knew there was something that I was gonna forget, but I didn't. For once, something's gone right. So, stick these here, pray that we've got enough liquid. Actually, I suppose it's only copper, so we could easily get some more of that. Better safe than sorry with these things. God knows I've made mistakes like this in the past enough to be learning from them now. So, the boiler as well as the Zycraft tank is a multi-block structure, so they're both... You can change the sizes of them, make them as big as you want, as little as you want. And we are going to make a 3x3 one to start with, because that's a fairly decent size. I'm not sure how much it's going to drain our resources though, so we will take a look at that and change it accordingly if we have to. But for now we're going to sleep, because screw monsters. Know my track record, it could easily be a creeper dropping on my head. That's one thing that this place isn't yet, and that's secure. All these places still aren't lit up, so we'll play it careful. So, drop down here. As I said before, this is where our boiler is going to be. And we're using a high pressure one. There's different kinds of, well, there's 2 different kinds of boilers. Technically, it's 4 actually, I guess, because you can have high pressure, low pressure, and liquid or solid. And as you probably guessed, as we're using biofuel, we're going to be using a liquid kind of boiler. Did I put that into the right place? Yes, I did. Phew, I was worried then for a second. I thought that I might have put it into the bottom one instead of the top. So, our boiler is going to be here. And all boilers, they start off with your firebox base. As I say, we're using liquid. Where's the middle? Here's the middle. So, we're going to make our base of liquid-fueled fireboxes. I actually need to set up a blaze spawner. Don't break. Yes, good. I actually need to set up a blaze spawner because you need blaze rods to make these liquid-fueled fireboxes. But I went to the desert and used those fireflower things. So we're going to stick the rest of this boiler thing together, make it 3x3, and bingo, there we go. And this is where the steam is going to be when it starts creating it. We've got temperature, fuel, and water, and that's one thing that I'm going to do now before I forget. You need to have water cooling this, and you need to do it before you turn it on, because if you have a boiler with heat in and give it some water, it will explode, and nobody wants that. Alright, nothing's going to be ruined by this water, so that's good. And we will stick our aqueous accumulator there, which should, yep, filling it with water. Now, no matter how big your boiler is, doesn't matter, one aqueous accumulator will keep it topped up and stop it from exploding, which is great. That's exactly what we want. So, there is only one more thing to do now, and that is to actually pipe our liquid. And I'm wondering if I change this one here with a valve, that will hopefully work. And we can destroy any blocks with this multi-tank without losing the liquid, so long as it isn't the valve. Now saying that, have I just... Oh no, it's because I've not turned it back on. There we go, our biofuel is back. Right, so that's filling up with water. Let's see if we've got enough. I think it's 16k biofuel to get it started. So I'm just going to AFK just for a second, just to let this fill up, and then I will rejoin you guys when we're ready to fire up the boiler. Okay, I'm tired of waiting. Let's see what this thing actually does if we connect it all. Right, so you're connected into that. Change you to an output. Pumping it in. Okay, so far so good. Depends how quickly it chews through that though. That looks good. How much is it going to eat through on a tick? Was that... It looked less than 1k, so I think that's going to be alright, actually. And it needs to get to 100 degrees C to actually start producing steam, which is going to take... I think it's... I don't know, it's heating up quite quickly. A lot quicker than I expected, to be honest, so... We shall see, but let's go and see if our stuff for Alvearies are done. And they should be now, I'm hoping. Actually, nearly ran out of honey. I forgot how many honey drops were needed, so needed to stick a few more in the squeezer. But I'm fairly certain we're going to have enough scented paneling now. Put that on top with all of these. Go grab ourselves some impregnated casings. Got just enough, I think, to get stuff going. You only need 27 casings. It went a bit crazy with the production there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Let's see how this goes. We aren't going to have enough, I think. 16. And 2 more. Okay, so still a bit more time on that front. In that case, let's look at... We'll just take a little bit of a look at the things that we're going to need. We are going to want, first of all, a couple of frame housings. I think we're going to want 6 of these. Fairly certain 6 is the number that I'm thinking of, because I think that's the optimum number if you're going for produce. And we're also going to need... So we're going to need golden electron tubes, which are, yeah, thermonet fabricator, easy enough. We're also going to want rain shields so that they can work during rain. So we need brick. I might have to go and grab some clay for that. And I think we want lighting as well. So that's glowstone. Okay, so I'm going to grab these things. We're going to need a lot of golden electron tubes, which shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Been making some stained glass, and I will be back with you guys, hopefully with a full set of Alveary blocks, in just a second or two. Okay then, time to do this. I think we've got everything we need. Let's just throw this together and see if it works. We need the center bit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So these are our frame housings. We are going to put normal blocks here. We are going to put the rain shield there. The lighting there. I think that's everything we need. Oops. Apparently we need to shift click. Stick these together. Don't think these need power, so we are all good. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Aha, so you have to update it by the looks of things for it to actually turn into an Alveary. And let's stick our industrious bees in. That's already a queen, so yeah, it looks like it's working. I don't think I've got any frames handy. Wait a second though, I know where I can get some. I just want to see what sort of rates we can get once I put 6 frames in. So I'll try that and then we'll get going, because we are over 20 minutes now and don't want this to carry on for too long. The boiler, I think I'm going to have to build up a bit more of a bank of biofuel, which is fine because I'm going to need to make some industrial steam engines anyway, because we've already got steam in it and I need to start harvesting it and we need more steel. My steel supplies are okay at the moment, they're not amazing, so we will just wait and see what happens with that, but there's no real rush for it, so I'm not too worried. We've still got power at the moment, and this is still... Ooh, actually no, that is running out a lot. Wonder how much biofuel we've got then, because the fermenters have still been going. I might have to change some stuff around then. We shall see, we shall see. But as I say, I'm not really worried about power and stuff at the moment. It's just the bees. Once we get onto advanced bee machines, that's when we can start worrying about power. But until then, we don't really need it for anything, so... I think my next goal I'm going to actually have to do off camera is breeding a set of demonic bees, which I'm already half done with. So, hopefully I'll have that for the next episode and then we can just harness lava. Ooh, that was quick. But they died quite quick. They didn't have much of a lifespan, so... 2, 3. Hopefully this will be really, really quick, because if we can harness this for power, not power, pollen, then it will make my life so much easier. Okay, go. Be quick. Probably shouldn't sit here and watch this. This isn't going to make good video. But I'm itching to see how quickly that makes pollen now. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. It's been kind of productive, I guess. We've got this working. What are we doing for biofuel? Oh, okay, we've got a fair amount of biofuel coming on. This is still relatively hot. But as I say, I'm going to build some steam engines. Going to get some demonic bees working so we've got lava. And then we can work on getting some advanced machines going for bees. We can start breeding some more interesting things and some more effective things. So there we are. That is gorgeous. It doubled the production as well, so we're getting 2 pollen every time. That is brilliant. So what I will probably be able to do as well now is actually get some more alvearies going. Maybe I'll try and fill in all this area, glass it up, make it look nice, fill in this with glowstone lighting and everything, and start getting this place running, because really, now that we've got this first alveary going, it's not going to be too long now before we can start doing the good stuff. So, hope you've enjoyed, guys. I will see you next episode.